Okay, the opening on Tuesday night was well. I didn't know what to expect actually. It was one of those things where you know you walk into it not knowing what you're going to see, and I was so pleased with not only the turnout, but the interesting people that showed up. Photographers, artists, people who'd never been here before, people who had never who didn't have any experience with street photography. So it was just a great opportunity to meet a lot of interesting people and get some interesting perspectives um, on how they view photography. Well, you know, I love street photography. I've done street photography most of my life. Sometimes I shoot in color, and sometimes I shoot in black and white. And um, it's not really a thought process, to be honest with you. It's more about um, how do I feel when I'm looking at what I'm seeing. So I love Tokyo. I lived in Tokyo for a long time, and when I walk through Tokyo, there's this sense of there's this gritty urban sense to it that I don't feel you get with color. I think we see a lot of photographs of Tokyo that are in color, the neon lights and the colors, and and I think that people see a lot of that. When I look at Tokyo, I think of the day-to-day lives. I had the opportunity to live there for a while, so I think of, you know, what is life like on a day-to-day basis in Tokyo, and I sort of see that in black and white. It has a a gritty urban feel that for me, when I envision Tokyo, I see it in black and white. So when people came to the show on Tuesday night, I think the thing that people were most surprised about, or that people commented on the most, was that they were seeing Tokyo differently than they typically seen it in photographs. In photographs, they often see, you know, the bright colors and the crowds of people walking across the intersections and the neon signs. Um, the question that I got asked most frequently was, did you know these people? Did you ask their permission to take their photos? And I think they were surprised when I told them that no, I don't ask permission typically to take the photos. I just walk down the street with the camera, and when I see someone that I feel is representative of how I see Tokyo, I just take their picture. And I've never once had anyone question me on taking their photos. And so I think the way that photography has changed the way I see the world as I travel is I don't typically take photographs of your typical tourist sites. Like, of course, I take pictures of things like the Eiffel Tower or the Colosseum or the canals of Venice, but I do take those photos. But you'll never see those from me because those aren't the things that mean anything to me. I can see those photos in any magazine. I think what I like to take photos of is a little slice of the lives of the people that I encounter as I'm traveling. And so when I see someone on the street, I try to imagine what their life might be like in a world that I've never lived in. And I think, you know, we can never truly get to know other people, I suppose, but it helps give me some insight into what the day-to-day lives might be like in the people that I'm seeing as I travel. Um, you know, I, when it comes to photography, I don't believe the equipment is that important. I always have some sort of camera with me. I have a camera with me in my hand or in my backpack pretty much 24/7. It doesn't matter to me what kind it is. The, the photo right behind me here was taken with an iPhone. And it's one of my very favorite photos I've ever taken in my life. I do have good camera equipment, and I do think that there's a time and a place to use the proper equipment. But as I'm walking the streets or as I'm traveling around, I think the most important piece of equipment I can ever have is whatever camera's in my hand at that given moment. You know, I hope that when people see my photography, um, let's put it this way: if I could achieve my ultimate goal of with my photography, it would be to build empathy. I think that that's what I hope I feel when I take the photos is empathy for the people that I'm interacting with and the people I'm photographing, and I'm hoping that that translates when people look at those photos. I hope that when people look at a photo like this, um, they they get a sense of what that person must be thinking or feel like, or what their lives might be like. And that's what I really hope. I rarely caption my photos. I don't put titles on them. I rarely put explanations on them, because I really am hoping that people are looking at the photos and having feelings for the people that are in them. Again, I think it boils down to developing empathy for the people that we encounter in our lives.